what's up guys, it's Z again, and welcome to Love Curse. This is very different from what I usually upload, and the only reason, because it won a vote, not in my Discord, but I do have a Discord that you can join. Within my friend group, I gave them options, and this won, and so in future, when I have the availability and slots to start a new series, and I don't already have one pre-lined up, I do hope to extend the votes to my Discord server. That being said, welcome to Love Curse. I know very little about it. I did play the demo when it was released, and I did enjoy the demo a lot, so I know the characters a little bit. But enough yapping! Enough yapping! I enter my first name. I don't think I chose a different name other than Celine. I can't remember. Guys, what's gonna be your romantic name? What's gonna be your fantasy name? What colors yourselves? Oh, Celine Star. Oh, I have to delete. Ah, I see. Oop. Thud. I think this is when I got hit by a car. Or I was about to be. Do I read this out loud? Guys, I've never... Guys! God, maybe I should just read my lines. Surely, right? But it's also a dating... Wow, this is loud. Pause. Anyways, it's still dark outside. I keep having the same nightmare over and over again. There's no doubt about it. I haven't recovered from the events of that day. It was my 20th birthday. So young. I was planning on going out and celebrating with my friends. However, I ended up almost dying from a car crash while walking around the shopping district. When the car was speeding towards me, my brain was yelling at my body to move out of the way, but my legs wouldn't listen. To my surprise, the crashing pain and feeling of weightlessness never came. Even the wail of the car horn was abruptly cut off. A strange young woman suddenly emerged in front of me, standing right in front of the car, and miraculously, the car that was coming straight in my direction somehow stopped right in front of her. What's going on? No one could answer my question, but without her, I would have lost my life, doomed to be crushed underneath those tires. I tentatively, I can speak English, approached her after catching my breath. Thank you, but let's not stand in the middle of the road, it's dangerous. She stood there, motionless, her eyes shifting as I approached her. Hello? My car's name is Phoenix, by the way, guys. I remember this. I named my car Phoenix, and I kept making jokes about it. I see. Phoenix? What a weird name. And why is she talking like that? It's a great name, actually. What? That worked. My fated lover. Wait a second. Are you saying I'm going to die if I don't find my soulmate? Oh god. So what should I do, first off? My life will be in danger if I don't do as she says. This sounds like a serious situation. What should I do? Follow my heart? This is such weak advice, by the way. No. I wanted to say something else, but she suddenly disappeared. Her last words were, tread lightly. I was completely lost in my thoughts. What was going on? When I finally came to my senses, I found myself pulled to the side of the road by my friend, Megan. Oh, I'm not supposed to read this. I didn't respond. Megan waved her hand in front of me. In that instant, everything turned black, and I lost consciousness. Later, I woke up in the hospital. Megan had taken me there. The doctor examined me and said I was lucky. I hadn't suffered any serious injuries. My elbows and knees were bruised, but that was it. I had fainted from shock. I asked Megan if there was a young woman who helped me, but she didn't see anyone. All she remembered was that I had fallen to the ground. Fortunately, the driver was able to brake in time, so I only suffered minor injuries. Phoenix, fated lover, guardian angel. I murmured to myself. I'm still lost in my thoughts when suddenly my phone buzzes. Who's texting me so early in the morning? I grab my phone and take a look. It's my mom! She's an early riser. I sigh. I start typing up a response. I love texting my mom. My mom is in fact an early riser. She gets up at 5 for work. Mom, why are you up so early? It's the weekend. Is something wrong? No, I was already awake. What's up? Again? You haven't come back in ages. It's boring. I'm stuck at home alone. This is very true. I'll ship you whatever's missing. Don't worry about me, Mom. Bye! I turned off my phone to massage my temples, my head aching from everything that happened. I glanced at the clock. It's still too early to get out of bed, so I decide to go back to sleep. I love sleeping. Sleeping is my favorite thing ever. It's almost 9 in the morning when I wake up again. That's still early. My sleep schedule has been messed up ever since the accident. I went to see a doctor who diagnosed me with insomnia. She said it was caused by the trauma I had recently experienced and prescribed me some sleeping pills. I make a note in my head to invite Megan for a walk. Maybe it'll help alleviate the stress I've been feeling. I'm in the middle of my makeup routine when I notice rustling sounds from the apartment across from mine. Is that the new neighbor Mom mentioned? I can't believe she's moving in already. Suddenly, I hear 2 knocks at my door. Who is it? I love this. I'm a bit surprised. This new neighbor is more outgoing than I imagined. Hey, sorry about that. I was in my bedroom and didn't hear you. I opened the door after finishing my sentence. Sup? Sunlight streams through the hallway, enveloping her short, curly brown hair in a soft golden glow. Oh, I got milk tea! She stands there with a cup of bubble tea in her hand, bathed in the warm morning glow. Ooh. Ooh. How do I pronounce that? Can I have her listen to what she said again? I smile, shaking her outstretched hand. Hello, I'm Star.
我知道呀，姐姐。
How do you know that?
你猜？
This is also loud voice. We'll do that. Her playful tone and energetic look feels familiar, but I can't seem to remember. I rapidly search through my memories in vain. I tentatively decide to respond. What would I do? This happens to me very often, and I typically just smile and nod. I never quite question why people know me, so this was her first mistake. This was Star's first mistake of being like, how do you know that? Never ever admit it, okay? You just smile and you nod and you go, oh yeah, okay? So, I'm gonna tell her I have no idea. I think that's what I would do. Sorry, I really can't remember. Would you please tell me?
虽然做好了准备，但是亲儿听到这句话，果然还是会难过。
I'm sorry.
开玩笑的啦，不要露出那么愧疚的表情嘛。告诉你就是啦。
An uneasy silence lingers in the air after an awkward pause. Nix? I don't know. Continues speaking. I need her to say her name again.
我们小时候认识哦。
Oh! Her words seem to flip a switch in my brain. The memories, which had been sealed away by time, all come rushing back to me. I can remember the sound of bright laughter, the noisy chirping of cicadas! Oh, you thought the American language was gonna get me this time! Well, you're wrong! And even the faded words of popsicle sticks. I know who she is. However, the person in front of me looks so different from the person in my memories. Hesitantly, I ask. Nixie? She beams, her smile stretching across her entire face.
你终于想起我来了，姐姐。
You've changed so much over the years, I didn't even recognize you.
毕竟这么久没见了，今天发现邻居居然是你，我也觉得好不可思议呀。
My body relaxes the moment I realize that the person in front of me is my childhood friend. I look at her once again, seeing the sweet little girl who used to hold my hand and call me... I can't help but tease her. Yeah, fate works in mysterious ways, still calling me... you're not going to cling to me like you did when we were younger, right? I need her to say it again. I'll focus. Nyx blushes, she clears her throat.
都是以前的事情了，不准再提了。
I fail to hold in my laughter. She hurriedly shoves the bubble tea she's been holding into my hand, as if trying to distract me from her beet red face.
姐姐还是喝奶茶吧，不
Jiji?
然还不知道要笑我多久呢。
Jiji, I think. Jiji? I'm sorry for any accent I hold, guys. I apologize. The world is so small. I can't believe I'm now neighbors with one of my childhood friends. That would be awesome, actually. It seems like my streak of bad luck is beginning to end. With a gentle smile, I say... compliment the flavor she bought. Wow, this is my favorite flavor. How did you know?
那我们真是有缘呢，早知道买2杯就好了。我也想尝尝你喜欢的口味。
I'll treat you next time if you'd like.
可以吗？我好开心。
Before long, we find ourselves reminiscing on our childhoods. I learned that she moved to the city all by herself. None of her family lived nearby. She's 2 years younger than me, and she's all by herself in an unfamiliar city. I can't help but worry about her. Listen, you can contact me anytime you need help, alright?
我很期待和姐姐以后的交往。
Date? Does she mean what I think she does? We continue chatting and exchange Instagrams. I look for the source of the voice and find Megan at the top of the stairs, panting. Megan, you're here. 1 second, my new neighbor just moved in across the hall. We're talking.
你好哦，我是夏赤梅，姐姐的新邻居。
Is it?
是吗？那你们的关系还真好，我好羡慕啊。
Nyx shakes hands with Megan, a smile on her face. Now that Megan's here, I can say goodbye to Nyx, grab my bag, and head out. I start making my way down the stairs when I hear Nyx's voice come from behind me. Jiji? Jiji? I instinctively turn around. Nyx is looking at me, her eyes glittering.
路上小心，玩得开心啊，姐姐。
I respond with a smile on my face. Yes, and you be careful as well. Take a break if you get tired unpacking. The sidewalks are more crowded during the weekend than on weekdays. Meg and I have no intention of buying anything, so we slowly walk through the bustling shopping district. I chuckle, thinking of how clingy and childish Nyx is. I can't imagine myself asking for her help with anything. It's much more likely that I'd be the one helping her. I knew her when we were kids. She's 2 years younger than us. It's a tough question. I sigh. Megan has reminded me of the biggest problems I'm currently facing. Getting a job. Internships aren't that easy to find. Ocean City is an economic hub. There are lots of opportunities here, but it comes with its challenges. An internship at a good company would make my resume stand out after graduation. My grades are good, but everyone else applying for the good internship positions are also incredibly talented. But I still want to get an internship with Wanyu? I can't give up before I even try. Is a big enterprise in Ocean City. Its recent projects have been leading the way in innovation. Plus, I've heard they pay well. Goated. It's the company I want the job with the most. Well, you won't know until you try. Don't worry, I have backup options if that doesn't work out. I keep up the smile on my face. Megan grins and playfully shoves me. I return to my apartment after saying goodbye to Megan. What Phoenix had told me a few days ago about finding my soulmate still feels like a dream. I'm lost in thought, and before I know it, I'm already standing in front of my apartment. There seems to be someone squatting near my front door, her frizzly hair bobbing up and down. Nixie? She lifts her head at the sound of my voice. I'm not sure if it's my imagination, but the lights in the corridor seem brighter the second she looks up. Are you just waiting outside of my door? Yeah, I'm back. What are you doing in my front door? Do you need help with something? She smiles and shakes her head.
没有呀，我只是在等你回来而已。
Creepy! No. You were waiting for me?
等不及想快点见到你嘛，只好蹲在你家门口。有没有吓到你？
She did scare me, but seeing the tears welling up in her eyes, I softened my tone. No, you didn't. Why don't you come in? You should text me next time. I'll come home earlier. Why is she about to cry? Why is she about to cry? I open the door. She follows me closely into my apartment. She reminds me of an excited puppy, eagerly wagging its tail. Stop. What am I thinking?
哇，姐姐家里好干净啊！我家里还没整理好呢，乱糟糟的。
Why don't I lend you a hand once I'm done with my work for the day?
不用了，我自己整理就好。乱糟糟的样子被你看到的话，才是丢脸丢到家了。
Nah, don't worry about it. I'm sometimes too tired to clean up and my place ends up being a mess too. It's no big deal. You just moved in today. It's perfectly normal for your apartment to still be a mess. Nyx leans in and winks, her eyes betraying a smile. The sunlight reflects off her dark red pupils like jewels.
那我欢迎姐姐来我家做客啦。
People say that one of life's greatest joys is running into an old friend in an unexpected location. Everything that's happened recently has exhausted me, but bumping into Nixie has brought me a sense of relief. Back then, when we suddenly moved away, I didn't get the chance to exchange contact information with you. I've always regretted that. I thought I'd never see you again.
真的，你明明就已经忘记我了。
This is a wonderful point! Forgive me! Nyx suddenly mutters something under her breath. Huh? Her voice was too quiet for me to hear, so I asked her to repeat herself, but she doesn't. She simply changes the subject.
没什么啦。说起来，姐姐这些年有没有遇到什么事情呀？
No, I've been living a fairly normal life. I'll tell you all about it some other day.
我很期待哟，姐姐。
What about you, Nixie? How have you been? He pauses, not responding. Maybe I have asked her a question she doesn't want to answer. I feel a bit regretful. It's fine. You don't have to talk about it. I didn't get the chance to properly say goodbye to you when my family moved away. I'm just really happy to see you again.
姐姐，
She murmurs, her voice so soft that it barely caught. She said... I'm about to speak when she suddenly wraps her arms around my neck. Affectionately, she says.
说来话长了，之后有机会再告诉姐姐吧。今天收拾了一天家里，累坏我了。
Take a break. Let me pour you a glass of milk. Maybe you should go to bed soon. As I finish my sentence, I feel a passionate gaze on me. I look up and see Nyx staring at me, her eyes full of anticipation. What happened?
我有一个请求，姐姐，
Depends. What is it? What?
我今晚可不可以睡在你这里呀？
Oh, wow. Huh? Why?
就是我刚搬过来嘛，床单能遇到姐姐真是太好了。之前还在想，我睡不惯地板失眠的话该怎么办？收留我一个晚上嘛。
Nixie, you finally revealed your true intentions. Nyx backtracks when she notices I haven't
我就
responded.
随口一说，如果不方便的话，就当没有听过，千万不要觉得我是什么奇怪的人。
I sigh. I don't think you're a weirdo.
那姐姐是同意了吗？
Oh, prepare the guest room for her. We just met, actually. So... Well, I'll go prepare the guest room for you.
那就麻烦姐姐啦，我回去拿洗漱用品。
Okay, let me know if you need any help.
知道了，知道了。
The guest room has been unoccupied for a very long time. Everything in there is covered with a thin layer of dust. It needs to be cleaned. Nixie isn't familiar with my apartment, so she trails behind me, trying her best to help. After we finish tidying up the guest room, Nixie tells me she needs to go home to grab some of her belongings. I collapse on the sofa and let out a huge sigh. I never imagined I'd be here, reuniting with my friend I haven't seen in years. My childhood memories are like popsicles in the summer. They had melted away and evaporated into clouds of vapor, but now, with Nick's reappearance in my life, these memories seem to come back. I get lost in the memories of the past. The doorbell rings, interrupting my train of thought. I shuffle to the door, my slippers sliding across the floor. When I open it, I see Nyx standing outside, now in her pajamas. She looks even more like a kid with this outfit on. I just finished cleaning up. You can go to sleep.
辛苦了，姐姐。明天我请你吃饭吧。
I probably can't tomorrow. I have classes.
啊，姐姐还要上课。
Oh, she wasn't done. You don't have to. What about you? Don't you have classes you need to attend as well?
我先不说这个了，姐姐这么晚还不睡吗？
Nixie doesn't seem to want to talk about it, so I don't press for more details. She heads towards the guest room. Before heading in, she looks back at me and waves, a smile on her face.
那我就睡觉啦，晚安。
Good night. Sweet dreams.
姐姐也是，能够再见到你，真的太好了。
Me too. Don't stay up too late. Honk shoo, me, 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 me. Honk shoo, me, 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 me. When I wake up the next morning, I notice that Nyx has already left the apartment. There's a sandwich on the table. Next to it is a note. Hey, Gigi. I had to leave early, but I didn't want to wake you. Remember to eat breakfast. Nixie. I didn't expect the clingy kid from my childhood to prepare breakfast for me. Nixie's sandwich is much more delicious than I could have ever expected. I still remember Nixie as a clumsy little kid. But it's obvious she can survive just fine on her own. I would certainly hope, bro. The classroom is empty. Everyone's busy finding internships, so they've asked for excused absences. I suddenly hear the sound of turning pages next to me. I turn around and see a familiar face. Hey, Cassidy, you're here early. She looks up from the book she's reading and glances at me. I'm slightly taken aback. I typically have a great relationship with Cassidy. She's a good friend from my class. She even mailed me some delicious pastries when I got injured. Something's off with her today. What happened? What's wrong? Are you upset?
怎么这么说？
It's nothing. I just feel like you're more distant than usual. Cassidy doesn't speak. Instead, she dips her head forward. I follow her gaze and realize that our teacher is staring at us from his podium. He makes eye contact with me and gestures towards the clock. Class has already started. I look down, embarrassed. Cassidy lets out what seems to be a soft chuckle before falling silent again, focusing on her studies. We've taken another class with this teacher before, and he's very easygoing since his class is mainly juniors. Only a few students actually show up. He's not surprised. He even makes a joke about the number of students absent before diving into the course material. He keeps calling on me to answer questions, perhaps due to the fact that not many students are present today. I feel a bit dazed after answering several questions in a row. He suddenly asks me to explain a technical term. I'm completely stumped. In my confused state, I notice Cassidy quietly shifting her notebook in my direction. She's written simple and concise notes, and the keyword mentioned jogs my memory. I spend a few moments organizing my thoughts before answering his question with a well-spoken response. The teacher smiles and adds a couple of points to my participation grade and his gradebook. I let out a sigh of relief. I turn around and glance at my savior, who's sitting there expressionless. She has no intention of turning around. I write thank you in my notebook and shift it so that it's facing Cassidy. Thank you. To my surprise, Cassidy is so focused on listening to the lecture that she doesn't even notice. That's weird. When did she become so attentive? I've sat next to her multiple times during class. She'd always stuff another book in our textbook and secretly read that instead. Once she even fell asleep during lecture, and I had to wake her up while our teacher was looking away. In summary, she's never really paid attention before in class. Did something happen? I gently poke Cassidy's arm with a pen. She finally turns around and gives me a look. Somehow, I managed to understand the expression written across her face. What is it? You're in a bad mood, aren't you? Cassidy shakes her head, her voice low.
没有，你
She pauses mid-sentence. Maybe she was about to say you're so annoying?
你认真听课。
Okay. After After class ends, Cassidy shuts her notebook and leaves without saying goodbye. I'm still worried, so I quickly pack up my belongings and scramble to catch up to her. Cassidy! Cassidy stops in her tracks and turns around to look at me. Is there something wrong?
这已经是你今天第3次问我了。
I scratch my nose. Perhaps I'm being annoying, but her behavior today has really concerned me. I'll stop pestering you. I'm such a nuisance. Wrong. I'm worried about you. You're acting really weird today. I'm worried about you. That's why I keep asking. Cassidy sighs. A smile slowly creeps onto her lips. She responds in her usual laid-back manner.
就是感觉这么早来上课太困了，有点没精神。
Really? I have the feeling that something's wrong. She usually doesn't speak much, but she would never be so cold towards me. Cassidy stares back. She's taller than me, so it feels as though she's scrutinizing me from her higher angle. After a while, she finally breaks the silence.
我今天故意逗你的。
That doesn't seem like something you'd normally do. Why is her personality completely different today? I want to say something, but I hesitate. She waves her hand, not wanting to waste more time on this subject.
没什么好说的，早点回去准备下一节课吧。
I look at the person in front of me. She feels like a complete stranger. It's not the sudden personality shift. Her outfit is also different from what she usually wears. It's not her style at all. Cassidy?
怎么了？
Are you really Cassidy? I fix my gaze on her, watching for any changes in her expression. Her eyebrow twitches slightly, but she maintains her calm
为什么这
expression.
么问？
Because you're not the Cassidy I know. We're friends. Why are you suddenly acting like we're strangers?
也许我只是心情不好呢。你别这么紧张。
Do you see the text I sent you? Astonished, she pulls out her phone.
看到了。
Why would I text you when you're standing right in front of me? Cassidy softly chuckles. She probably didn't expect me to trick her. Cassidy, no. This girl, who looks exactly the same as Cassidy, sighs and moves closer to me. So, who are you?
小刘怎么没跟我说过？他还有这么一个朋友。
Could it be... Are you her twin sister?
对，我叫思觉。小刘竟然跟你提起过我，看来你们的关系真的很好。你叫什么名字？
Cassidy rarely mentioned her older twin sister, so I completely forgot she even had one. I feel like Cassidy always seemed reluctant to talk about her sister. I decide to keep my distance from Eleanor and respond politely. I'm Star.
哦，原来如此。
Eleanor leans in, her face now taking up my entire view. I immediately tense up. She might share the same face as Cassidy, but her aura is completely different. I fall backwards in surprise, but she catches me with one arm. With her other hand, she lifts her finger to her lips, gesturing me to hush.
帮我保密，这位同学。
Okay, but why wasn't Cassidy here today?
嗯，他不想上这个课，说上了那么久的课也累了。
That sounds like something she'd do. Why did you suddenly agree to show up in her place? Isn't this the first time she's complained about... This isn't the first time she's complained about this class.
确实，之前我有自己的事情要做，这段时间清闲下来了。你们专业的课我也很感兴趣，就来学习一下。
You are truly... I'm rendered speechless. I can't believe there's someone who's coming to a class in place of another person just to learn. Which college do you go to?
我是滨财的，跟小刘一样，读大3。
I see. Want to head to our Gen Ed class together later?
不了，我只帮他上专业课，剩下的通识课就算了。
What about her attendance in those classes?
他说这几个老师查得不严，应该会自己想办法吧。
Rendered speechless, once again, Eleanor bursts into laughter. I'm suddenly feeling a bit uncomfortable. Eleanor keeps looking at me with a scrutinizing gaze. I can't tell what she's thinking at all, nor do I understand what's so funny about this situation. She's the polar opposite of the innocent and pure Cassidy I know. If Cassidy is gentle like the water, then Eleanor is like water frozen into ice, sharp and cold. I am hit with a sudden feeling of familiarity, as if I've already known Eleanor. Maybe it's due to the fact that Cassidy and I are close friends. Before I can continue mulling over the situation, Eleanor speaks, and I am dragged back into reality.
方便交换联系方式吗？
Who's asking? Huh?
如果以后还要来替课的话，可能需要你打掩护。
That's weird. She looks exactly the same as Cassidy. Why would I need to cover for her? She quickly elaborates, sensing my hesitation.
我对你们专业课也不熟悉，需要你帮忙。
Fine. I'll reach out to you before our next lecture. We begin following each other on Instagram. Her account is very simple, with a grand total of 0 posts. There's nothing on her page. Cool. Okay.
好了，我要先走了。
I almost spoke.
有事联系我。
She waves goodbye and leaves, just like that. Only then do I notice how meticulously she has dressed for an 8 a.m. class. She's even taken the time to curl her hair. Not a single strand is out of place. Everyone's turning to stare at her as she walks down the hallway. I'm preparing for my next class when I suddenly receive a barrage of messages from Megan. I hurriedly beg one of my classmates to help me sign in for my gen ed class before rushing to meet Megan at her usual spot. Our usual spot is actually just a student council room. Megan had eagerly fought for a position on student council, but now she occasionally complains about how she regrets doing so. The tasks are particularly tedious, and every position other than that of the president's holds little to no value on a resume. It's a thankless job. I can read that better. 1 second. The tasks are particularly tedious. I did it worse somehow. The tasks are particularly tedious, and every position other than that of the president's holds little to no value on a resume. It's a thankless job. Wow! That was rough! I occasionally help out as well. It helps fulfill the school's community service requirement. It's fine, but something happened. Her ears perk up. She's a gossip at heart. I hit the space bar too bad, too fast. Do I tell my best friend about Eleanor? If she's a gossip at heart, will she be able to keep her mouth shut? I won't say anything. Cassidy wasn't feeling well today. She was completely exhausted during class. Also, who else isn't feeling well? Oh, alright. Okay. Whatever! Student council work isn't difficult, just tedious. We work on and off the entire morning and finally finish most of the tasks. Not only did I attend lecture this morning, I also had to do work. I let out a huge sigh, feeling bad for forcing my brain cells to work overtime. Student council should pay me for this. I'm not even an official member. Don't feed me false hopes. Megan clearly knows she's making stuff up. The more she talks, the weaker her arguments become. She's been overwhelmed with work recently. Without my help, she'd have passed out from exhaustion. I don't have the energy to argue with her. I agreed to continue helping her in the afternoon. When I come back in the afternoon, there are more people in the student council room. I can hear chatter even from outside the door. Megan, I'm here. She motions towards an elegantly dressed girl standing nearby. Her makeup is subtle and natural, and her smile fills me with warmth. This is not my line. Nice to meet you, ma'am. I'm Star.
你好呀，叫我温既然就可以了。
Iris. Even though she says that, I still feel awkward calling her by name. I'll just call her... Don't do this to me. Don't do this to... There should... How... out of respect, I'm not going to attempt it. You know? There's not a damn thing I know about this language.
听大家说，你
I've
之
heard a
前
lot
帮了
about
学生会
you.
不少忙，
That's not my line.
我作为会
Sorry,
长，
guys.
真的非常感谢。最近有时间的话，可以给我一个请你喝咖啡的机会吗？
I hate coffee, but for you, anything. It's fine. I don't mind helping out. Plus, I get credits for this.
学生会的其他人我已经犒劳过了，希望最好的编外成员也能给我一次感谢的机会。
Our best honorary member? I know she's being polite, but I can't help but blush at her compliment. Is this my unofficial pay? What am I supposed to do? The fact that silence is an option is wild. We'll do that one. Haha, is this the pay I received as an outsider?
工资只是一杯咖啡的话，太对不起你的辛苦了，算是我的私人感谢，好不好？
Oh, I was just kidding. I don't want to trouble you.
再拒绝我的话，才是麻烦我哦。
Tim, you've made an excellent point. I apologize. It would be impolite of me to continue review. I didn't mean to press it.
没关系，你什么时候有空？
Stop talking to me like that. I'm free today.
那我们先处理剩下的工作吧。
Yes. She smiles once more before returning to her seat. I squeeze in next to Megan and help her organize some files. She winks at me with a grin on her face and whispers so that only I can hear. Yeah. I nervously glance around, worried that Iris might overhear our conversation. Fortunately, she's focused on the laptop in front of her. I let out a sigh of relief before whispering back, "Focus on your work and mind your own business." From the corner of my eye, I notice Iris leaving her seat. She walks over to another student council member and starts talking, a gentle and caring smile on her face. I can't hear their conversation clearly, but judging from Iris's expression, it must have gone well. Ah, so she talks like this with everyone. Nope, I don't have any relevant work experience. I'll probably get rejected. Not yet. I'm taking it one step at a time. I almost fall asleep organizing the files. It isn't until after I leave the student council room that I remember I'm supposed to be meeting Iris for coffee today. I didn't even ask her for her number. I don't want to miss the opportunity, so I hurry back. Iris has already left, but on her desk was a small card with a QR code and a string of numbers. I pick up the card, and on the back she's written, "I guess you forgot. You can contact me via Instagram." There's a sweet fragrance lingering on the card. The scent reminds me of her, gentle yet dignified. For some reason, I suddenly feel anxious. I scan the QR code, and sure enough, her Instagram pops up. She follows me back almost immediately. Then she sends me the location of the coffee shop and a message. Could we meet here? Can't believe you predicted. If I right-click it... Oh. How did you know it was me? Seems kind of silly, considering, like, it's Instagram. Like, you probably saw your profile, so I'm just gonna, by default, to not sound stupid, I'm gonna pick this one, even though I don't know what the rest of it says. Can't believe you predicted this. You're incredible. How'd you know? I'd forget. I left in such a hurry that I completely slipped my mind. Anyways, thanks! Yep. Excellent! Why do I keep hitting this button? I arrive at the cafe early. The warm light shines through the windows, scattering like golden leaves on a caramel-colored floor. Iris probably got here a while ago. She's sitting at a table towards the back.
抱歉，我不太清楚你的口味，所以
So we're both early, is what I'm here. Oh my god, I glance at the empty table in front of me and shake my head to let her know it's fine. You didn't order anything for yourself either?
我在等你呀。
Oh my god. I look at her properly for the first time since entering the cafe. The rays of the setting sun strike her smiling face at an angle, casting soft shadows that trace the contours of her face. For a moment, she takes my breath away. Thank you. I'll have whatever you're having. Iris waves to a server who promptly takes our order.
2杯生椰拿铁，谢谢。
You like sweet drinks?
他们家的热销产品，我觉得你可能会喜欢。
You guessed right. I'm much more interested in the innovative new drinks from recent years than the traditional coffee drinks. You're so right. I hate coffee. We casually discuss school and our plans after graduation as we sip on our coffees. I feel relaxed and at ease talking to her. I don't have to scramble for topics to keep the conversation going, nor does it ever get awkward. Right now, we're simply sitting across from each other, our conversation momentarily paused. Once again, I'm entranced by her perfect smile, and I take a sip of my latte. I hope this is a dramatic enough reading for you guys, by the way!
我听说你想去环宇实习，
Yeah, I'm hoping to get it.
有点难度。
There's like something fell in my eye.
据我所知，环宇现阶段对于实习生的需求并不是很大，僧多粥少，竞争不易呢。
Iris's words make me feel as though a bucket of ice-cold water was just dumped over my head. I already know this, but hearing it still makes my heart sink. I know. I have some backup options if that doesn't work out.
如果你真的很想去环宇的话，或许我可以帮忙呢。
What? Really? I wasn't expecting such a pleasant surprise. My eyes widened in disbelief.
不用这么惊讶啦，我曾经在环宇实习过，也许能当你的推荐人。不过，我虽然可以帮忙，但是否面试成功，还是要看你的能力。
I was looking at my cat guy, sorry.
他们平时也会留意高校里的人才，符合公司需求的在校大学生还是很有机会的。
It's already 10 p.m. Oh, I need to go to Betty Buys.
我看了你在学生会参与的项目，都在校内取得了不错的成绩，一些策划思路也很符合互联网公司的调性。你加入环宇，确实是个不错的选择。
Her lips move, but her words barely register. I'm so in shock from happiness. My brain completely shuts down. According to her, I have a chance of interning there. Don't know how much an internal... I think this was meant to say I. I don't know how much an internal recommendation will actually help, but Iris's analysis and praise leave me feeling lightheaded. Her acknowledgement of my potential makes my heart sing with joy. I should be the one buying you coffee. I won't let you down. I truly did not expect this sudden turn of events. Who would have thought that Iris would be so willing to help me? We just met today. Thank you. I'll work hard if I get the internship.
我也很相信你的能力。
I'm so grateful.
这杯咖啡好像产生了意想不到的效果呢。
Huh?
总之，虽然给你争取名额，但只是一个展示能力的机会，还要通过环宇的面试，应该没问题的吧？
Right. Yes, I'll work hard to prepare.
我相信你。
Why are you helping me?
你帮了学生会那么多忙，一杯咖啡怎么够呢？而且，作为学姐的话，在能力范围之内帮助一下优秀的学妹，也没什么问题吧？不过，
She suddenly winks, her words mysterious. I start absent-mindedly... Wow. Okay, guys, 1 second! I start absent-mindedly swirling the coffee with my spoon. The cup clinks and clangs, but I don't notice the crisp sounds at all. He flashes an amused smile across the table and
你
teases.
好像很紧张呀，学妹。
My hand stiffens. I stare at her. Is it really that obvious?
因为你搅拌的是我的咖啡哦。
I abruptly pause, lowering my head. It's my cup of coffee that I'm stirring.
开个玩笑，别太在意啦。
I let out a sigh of relief, but I'm still feeling quite nervous.
好了好了，不逗你了。我把他们 HR 的联系方式给你。
Okay, thanks.
不过他们那个总经理好像比较严格，如果面试的时候碰到了，你回答问题要谨慎点。
啊？
小心点总没错的啦。职场如战场，小心驶得万年船。如果遇到什么问题的话，随时可以给我发信息哦。
Thanks. I meet up with Megan after saying goodbye to Iris. While she's complaining about being pulled away by a teacher and missing out on our coffee outing, my phone suddenly buzzes twice in my pocket. I don't know. 1 second. I take out my phone, and to my surprise, it's from Eleanor. An image. Would you happen to know what this means? Why are you doing her homework? I want to see the image. Why are you doing her homework? You really love learning, don't you? Ugh, I'm so jealous. Nope, of your enthusiasm of learning. I love learning! I love learning, okay? Let's get that straight! Makes so much effort. I helplessly let out a sigh before typing out a long string of words explaining what the comment means. We're in our 3rd year, so teachers make their comments as concise as possible. It's completely expected for Eleanor, a newcomer, to not understand. After I hit send, she thanks me and leaves it at that. She must be studying on her own now. Someone was asking me about the homework. Let's keep going. We walk towards the school gate, but I expectedly bump into a familiar face. Cassidy? The girl hunched over and gasping for breath in front of me is Cassidy, the slacker who ditched class because she didn't want to attend an 8 a.m. lecture. Why? Quite the opposite. She even helped me answer one of our teacher's questions. You, on the other hand, I was so worried when you didn't show up to class. Huh? I'm taken aback by her words. I didn't expect Eleanor to describe me that way. Cassidy's being quite dramatic here. Don't worry, it's fine. Cassidy smiles and nods. I try to muffle the chuckle that comes out of my mouth. I really want to join them for dinner, but Iris just offered me the opportunity of a lifetime. I need to prepare for my interview. You two enjoy your meal. I need to finish up something. I'm going home. Megan waves goodbye. I wave back. Bye! Star. Cassidy shoots me a pleading glance before I turn around to leave. She looks like she's being kidnapped. I chuckle again and head back home. A week passes by, and Phoenix seems more and more like a fleeting dream. I often wonder what happened that day, if what happened that day was simply part of my imagination. Perhaps it's as Megan said, the car braked in time, but I hallucinated due to shock. The matter of finding my soulmate is put on the back burner. I managed to get an internal recommendation, so the majority of my time has been spent on prepping for the interview. I've been busy every day. My interview is at 10 in the morning. I want to make a good impression on HR. I wake up early and pick out an outfit. I didn't expect Megan to send me a sudden string of messages. So early. What could it be? Megan is an energetic and easily excitable person. She often blows up my phone with dozens of messages at a time. I'm already used to her impatient nature. However, she rarely texts me this early in the morning. Perhaps there is something urgent she needs my help with. Okay. I can't help but chuckle. The way she's talking sounds like a threat. It doesn't take long before the doorbell rings. Carrying two big bags in her hands and a cardboard box in her arms, she looks like she's about to fall over. I quickly reach out to help steady the box in her arms. What's that? As soon as I finish speaking, a faint meow comes from the box. A kitten? As soon as I step... Oh, that's Megan. Is it a stray? You have a pet? I let out a laugh. I live alone, but the cost of keeping a cat is quite substantial. Plus, I'm not even sure I can take good care of it. A kitten needs proper love and affection. I hesitate. The frail kitten in the box carefully reaches out its paw, gently placing it on my wrist. Its amber eyes stare at me pleadingly. My heart melts. How am I supposed to refuse when it's looking at me like that? Am I about to become a cat lady? Fine, I'll take care of it. Megan looks at me gratefully. She wasn't in a rush. She might have started crying if she wasn't in a rush. I have an interview with the company today. It's okay. I'm prepared for it. Plus, don't you have class today? Hurry up and go to school. She reluctantly waves goodbye. I don't know if it's because she cares about me or if it's because she doesn't want to go to class. As someone who's currently jobless, raising a kitten will definitely be a burden on my monthly expenses. However, those adorable eyes have convinced me. I'm going to land that internship at the company and earn enough money to buy cat food. Is this the cat lady inside of me finally awakening? The kitten makes a purring sound, clawing at my clothes with its teeny paws. There's some time left before the interview. I closely inspect the tabby cat in front of me. It's incredibly docile, even nuzzling against the palm of my hand with its teeny pink nose when I pet her. I'm not scared. It's not scared of people at all, so perhaps it was abandoned by its previous owners? I shudder at the thought, my affection for the cat growing 10 times stronger. I organize the stuff that Megan bought, placing what the cat needs for its daily life in the corner of my living room. I kneel, wanting to feed it before heading out for my interview. I open my mouth to call it over before realizing I don't know its name. Do you have a name? I laugh the second those words leave my mouth. I can't believe I'm waiting for a kitten to answer my question. Looks like preparing for the interview has driven me mad. The cat stares back at me with its round, curious eyes, trying to figure out what this strange two-legged creature standing in front of it just said. What about Belle? What, you don't like it? The kitten silently stares at me. I see tears in the corner of its eyes. Why are you crying? I hold out its front paws and gently rub its furry head. The kitten returns the favor by nuzzling my palm, letting out a low purr. My heart clenches. Nod your head if you like the name. I'll think of another one if you don't like it, okay? The cat dazedly nods before returning to affectionately nuzzling my hand. So you're okay with the new name? I'll call you Belle from now on, alright? The kitten rubs against my palm with even more force, leaving furs all over my body as if it's marking its territory. I'm about to continue playing with the cat when suddenly my phone beeps. My first flirty response, guys! Are we ready? I've only met her once. Don't spout. Wait, huh? The sound suddenly startles me. I look around everywhere, trying to find the source of the voice, but there's no one around me here. There's only Belle, who's currently licking its fur. Am I hearing things? What is going on right now? Am I hallucinating because of all the trauma I've experienced? The stray cat I took in can speak to me. Anyone would find that weird. I sharply inhale. My voice trembles as I ask. Belle, were you the one speaking just now? Oh, so now you're quiet. Belle, can you talk? I'm giving you back to Megan if you don't speak up. She leaps out of my arms and starts accusing me. What do you mean again? I stroke its head and accept my fate, hugging it in my arms. Relax, I'm going to take good care of you. I won't abandon you. Now that I think about it, I feel like I'm the one who's being abandoned by fate. I let out a sigh. The fact that Belle can talk makes my heart sink. My mind immediately wanders to the car accident again. The sunlight seeps through the curtains, swirling together with a horrifying white light from day. My thoughts are a shaky mess. It's proof that the supernatural exists. Phoenix wasn't someone I hallucinated. Then does that mean that what she said about having to find a soulmate is true? Am I going to die if I don't find my soulmate? Time slips by while I'm trying to sort out my thoughts. Before I know it, it's almost time for my interview. Since you can talk, then you... Oh, a cat staying home alone should be fine, right? Don't climb out the window, don't go outside, and don't open the door for strangers. I'm heading to my interview. I slam the door shut. I don't have much time left. I decide to hail a taxi. He's taking this surprisingly well. To be fair, though, I think if I had a talking cat, I think I would also just, like, slowly brush that under the table. None of you are going to find out that I'm going crazy, all right? I arrive at the company with only 10 minutes to spare. As I walk through the building, I analyze the work environment, trying to learn more about the company. The employees walking by me don't seem to be in any rush. I peer through the glass door. They seem to get along with each other. The work environment seems amazing. My admiration for it goes up. I ignore the incessant chatter around me and sit down at one of the benches outside the office, silently repeating the words I'd prepared for the interview in my head. I'm here. Like Bambi's mother. I'm here. Sorry, guys, I'm traumatized. I respond and follow her into the conference room. Surprisingly, the ambiance isn't... Ambience? Ambiance. I don't know. Isn't as tense as I expected it to be. HR gestures for me to sit down, and I obey. Hello, my name is Star. I'm majoring in management at Ocean City University. Thank you for meeting with me today. After I introduce myself, the interviewer simply smiles and nods. They don't follow up with any questions, instead carefully flipping through my resume. I sense someone's eyes staring at me. I turn my head, making eye contact with the woman sitting in the middle. She's dressed in a sharp suit. Her expression cold and composed. Her unsmiling face radiates an intimidating aura. Our eyes meet briefly before she slightly frowns and looks away. My heart stops. Did I wear the wrong outfit? Did I show an unfavorable expression on my face? It's time. I sit up straight, carefully observing the interviewer's expression before formulating the words in my head. In the corner of my eye, I see the woman who had just frowned. My heart skips a beat. I let out a sigh. I don't know what the results will be, but what I do know is that I've tried my best.
你认为比起其他应聘者，你有
I cut her off, my bad. A voice suddenly interrupts the interviewer. I trace the sound back to the woman I just make eye contact with. She looks at me with a calm gaze. I feel as though I'm being judged, as if she's able to see right through me. Luckily for me, this is one of the questions I had prepared for. I respond smoothly with a prepared speech. And so I might not have the experience that others have, but I believe newer companies need employees that are new to the industry, eager and ready to learn. I believe employees like me are better suited to meet the standards. No, to meet the needs of the company. The woman's expression doesn't change after I finish speaking. She only nods and focuses on reading my resume. I can't tell if she was satisfied with my answer or not. But I assume from her eyebrows furrowing that her first impression of me isn't good. I nod and leave the conference room. Before I exit, I once again feel the piercing gaze staring right at me, like thorns stabbing into my skin. Could she be the CEO that Iris mentioned? I take a deep breath, savoring the air free of suffocating atmosphere. Inside the room, I stand outside, trying to collect myself. And I head to the potty, I believe. I definitely failed that interview. I can tell from the interviewer's reaction. My heart fills with guilt. I've let down Iris, who went out of her way to get me this interview. I enter the restroom and immediately exit once I notice who's inside. Standing in front of the sink and retouching her makeup is none other than the stern interviewer I met just a few minutes ago. She glances at me, obviously noticing my presence. It's too late to hide or run away, so I pull myself together and manage a greeting. Hello. She nods. Her intimidating presence reminds me of a strict teacher. I silently begin praying and stand next to the sink beside her. I look into the mirror. My face is covered in sweat from how nervous I was. I absentmindedly hover over the sink, ready to wash my hands. She suddenly lowers her head, as if trying to tell me something. I can't figure out what she's trying to imply. I step in her direction, wanting to ask her about it, but she simply sighs. Huh?
别动。
Hello? What's wrong? She suddenly leans in, flustered. I'm completely unsure how to address her. She seems to notice my nervousness as I stammer.
叫我奇异就好了。
Okay, Executive Chi? Crap, I'm suddenly referred to her as executive. I don't even know if that's the position she holds. What if she's not the CEO? She doesn't say anything. Instead, she sighs, the expression on her face softening. She gently tugs at the hem of my shirt before wiping it with a paper towel. I look at her confused before finally realizing there's a tuft of cat hair stuck onto my shirt when I was playing with Belle this morning. A thought suddenly crosses my mind. She looked at me with absolutely zero expression on her face the entire time. Wait, she's not a germaphobe, is she? Has the tuft of cat hair left a bad impression? Does she think I'm uncleanly and that my appearance is unkempt? I almost burst out into tears on the spot. This is a disaster. I'm done for. The cat hair is just a coincidence. I've never touched a cat before or ever interacted with any animal before. You have to believe me, please. Oh, that was an accident. If you try to remove it yourself, you're gonna get in her way. I'm so sorry. That was a complete accident. I'm so sorry for troubling you. Victoria doesn't speak. She continues looking down. She seems to be greatly offended by that tough cat hair. I'm really sorry. I'll be careful next time. Assuming I get another chance to come back here. The cat hair is stuck to my shirt and refuses to leave me, no matter how hard Victoria wipes. I'm completely overwhelmed. All I can do is look down at her as she attentively trying to clean my shirt. Well, now it seems like she needs my help. Like I need to remove it myself. Victoria seems to be stuck in a dilemma. Her movements abruptly pause. I notice that she's not touched the cat hair directly with her hands even once. Executive, you don't like cats? She pauses. She suddenly realizes that her actions have been somewhat rude and apologizes.
我有些看不下去，这才
I quickly pick up the hair with my fingers briefly touching hers. They separate in a split second. A thought bubbles up inside me. Perhaps she's not as cold and stern as I previously assumed? Victoria is the one to break the silence.
感觉怎么样？
Huh? I stare at her, confused, before realizing she's asking about the interview. I think everyone who came into the interview was incredible. They probably know more about the field than I do, and they have plenty of experience. Oh, I'll slowly gain more experience working here. I promise to work hard and slowly gain more experience working here. Yes, I strongly believe I've passed the
你
interview.
倒是信心满满。
I shouldn't be too negative and full of self-doubt in front of an interviewer, but I also shouldn't be overly confident. I'm no longer filled with nervousness. I calmly meet Victoria's gaze, not wanting to miss any expression that might cross her face, not even for a second. But nothing comes. She's as expressionless as always.
回去等通知吧。
Okay, I'm heading out. Goodbye, executive.
再见。
I like how I tell myself that I'm not sure if this is a executive and CEO, and yet dig my heels in and continue. I feel much more relaxed coming out of the restroom than when the interview had ended. Perhaps the nervousness in my heart has dissipated after seeing Victoria's nice side. I check the time. I still have a few minutes until lunch. I plan on cooking a simple meal before relaxing for the rest of the day. The walls in my apartment building aren't terribly thin, but even so, I can hear two women bickering from the hallway. One voice is calm, while the other is sharp and piercing. Both voices sound vaguely familiar. Are my neighbors arguing with each other? I approach my front door. The voices grow louder and louder. I finally realize that the voices are coming from inside my home. Nix's door is slightly ajar. It seems as though she was waiting for me. She peeks out from behind the door once she hears the sound of my footsteps. What happened? Nix looks at me with a puzzled look.
姐姐，你家里有人在吵架，发生什么了吗？危不危险？你要不要先来我家避一避？
I have no idea. Let me go take a look.
要我陪你一起吗？如果有什么危险的话，我也好保护你。
I'm worried there might be a thief in my apartment. I don't want Nix to be in any danger, so I shake my head, no, refusing her offer. I only tell her to wait outside and to call the police if anything happens. Enter my apartment and find my home in a complete mess. Isn't that Belle's voice? I look at the shorter girl, astonished. The words really did come out of her mouth. She can speak and can transform into a human. What is going on? Suddenly, a sound comes from outside the door. It seems like Nix bumped into something. What happened? I turn around, noticing a serious expression I've never seen from her before. It quickly vanishes. A smile is back on her face in no time.
没什么，看起来不需要我帮忙，我还有点事儿，我就先回去了。
Okay, bye.
拜拜，下次见啦。
I return to the living room after saying goodbye to Nix. Belle is staring viciously at the woman in front of her, struggling to maintain a relaxed composure. And for that other woman, well, she's no stranger either. It's the one who saved me from the car crash. Phoenix. Belle and Phoenix? Upon hearing my voice, Phoenix glances at me. Glances at me! God! You mean Belle? Phoenix nods. It's a cat demon. My suspicions from earlier this morning are confirmed. I let out a sigh of relief. Phoenix, what are you doing here? Didn't you say you were secluding yourself for cultivation? Okay. So they were the ones arguing. My mind struggles to process all this new information, and their loud voices certainly don't help. Why do I have to stay away from Belle? Why is Phoenix back? Is she done cultivating, or is my life in danger again? However, I won't get an answer if the two of them are still at each other's throats. I must focus on separating them first. Belle, clean up the mess. I need to talk to Phoenix. She looks at me with sad, kitten eyes. I almost give in, but when my eyes land on the mess on the floor, my expression hardens. Hurry up! Belle lets out a begrudging meow and reluctantly starts cleaning up the mess on the floor. Phoenix, follow me. I take Phoenix to my room. It's quieter in here. I might be imagining things, but she seems to have lost weight. Her face is thinner. What happened? Why are you suddenly in my apartment? She speaks in a calm manner, but I can tell she has something against Belle. Did something happen between the two of you? She pauses before swallowing her thoughts. A friend picked her up from the streets. No one wanted to take her in. I took pity on her and agreed. Phoenix pauses, a complicated expression crossing her face. I have the faint feeling that understanding the relationships between Phoenix and Belle will be important, so I don't drop the subject. I continue questioning her. What happened 1,000 years ago? To my disappointment, Phoenix doesn't tell me everything. She remains her enigmatic self. Thank you. I'll be careful, Phoenix. I speak alone with Belle after ending my conversation with Phoenix. What happened between the two of you? I sigh. Unsurprisingly, Belle also holds animosity towards Phoenix. Why is your relationship with her so bad? It seems as though I won't be able to get any more information out of either of them. I decide to change up my questions. Let's not talk about Phoenix anymore. Tell me about yourself, Belle. Where do you live? Did you live? Can't cat demons disguise themselves as humans? You could join society and live independently, can't you? Bill looks at me with teary eyes. You want me to work? At a job? Relatable! I get it. No, you're right. Noticing how pitiful Belle looks, my inner cat lover instinct kicks in, and I quickly change the subject. Forget what I said. Belle continues pouring out her soul to me. You two, stop it. Belle will continue staying in my apartment, Phoenix. Where do you plan on living? I nod. Having Phoenix here is strangely reassuring. She exudes a powerful aura, one that makes people inclined to listen to her. Perhaps this is the purpose of a guardian angel? To allow lost souls to feel at ease. Talking with her has helped me calm down. I no longer feel as frantic. Now that I think about it, I haven't properly thanked her for saving me. I open my mouth when Belle interrupts, shouting. Overruled. How many bobas did she bribe you with? I silently acknowledge Belle's words. I don't want a love that's like fast food. I want someone who understands me, someone I can trust. I want someone who sees me as a special, irreplaceable, and unique. Oh, irreplaceable. Sees me as special, irreplaceable, unique. And I'll treat her the same way. Got it. Thanks, Belle. Oop, that was the first chapter. Okay. We'll end it there. We'll end it right there. I don't know how long chapters typically are. We'll end it right there. Guys! I need so much water right now. Oh my god. We first met you. It does look like strawberry milk tea. Strawberry milk tea is in fact my favorite milk tea. There are cameras in my room. I'm excited. This is exciting. There's 10 endings. How many women? It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Why are there 10 endings if there's 4 women? Because there would be a good and a bad ending, right? For each, so that's 8. Is there an ending where I end up alone? There's 2 endings. A good ending where you end a good solo single ending, and then a bad ending for single people. This is all a theory. A game theory. I don't know what this means. Affection. Oh. Oh, I'm doing everyone's at 6 except for Nyx. It's okay. This is honestly okay. This is fine. Thank you all so much for watching. If you liked it, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. And if you really like my content, hit that notification bell so that every time I upload, you know about it. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.